Imagine going out to the ocean and pouring in some acid. What do you think would happen to the animals? It sounds extreme, but that is slowly happening all around the world right now. Well, it isn't quite that simple. In reality, it's getting more acidic because we burn things like gas, coal, and oil, releasing tons and tons of carbon dioxide into the air. Yes, carbon dioxide, the same culprit that's in the hot seat for, well, making the earth hotter. Here's how it works. Carbon dioxide in the air mixes into the ocean, reacts with the water, and creates acid. Think of soda. Those carbon dioxide bubbles that tickle your nose also make the soda more acidic. So the more carbon dioxide humans produce, the more mixes into the ocean, and the more acidic it becomes. That's called ocean acidification. But the ocean is huge. This couldn't possibly make much of a difference.
Surprise!
That's no protection. And the oceans are acidifying faster than we thought possible. If this continues, the damage will be widespread. For example, with the amount of ocean acidification expected to happen during our lifetimes, corals can't grow as quickly, or maybe even at all. Where are Nemo and his friends going to live if coral reefs can't grow? And then what happens to Nemo himself, and his fishy pals, if ocean acidification gets too bad? Well, because ocean acidification is a new problem, we don't know much about how it affects fish.
Go!
That's where my research fits in. I study how ocean acidification affects baby fish, called larvae. Human babies are usually small and fragile, right? Well, larvae are no different. They are more sensitive than adult fish. Smaller than a grain of rice when they hatch from their egg, they have to find food and survive in an ocean full of animals who want to gobble them up.
Yikes!
Larvae are small, but incredibly important. They swim and drift between islands and reefs, eventually replacing the fish that people catch and eat. For my research, I grow fish larvae in big tanks at a laboratory. Then I test how they grow, swim, and behave with and without acidification. I even test different amounts of acidification and different types of fish. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. Eventually, learning how fish larvae are affected by ocean acidification in the laboratory will help us understand how it affects fish in the wild, and hopefully keep those fish sticks on our dinner plates.